Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we are here today at West 65th in Detroit, the heart of the Gordon Square Arts District. And we are talking today with Cleveland Orchestra principals Joshua Smith and Frank Rosenwein, that is principal flute and oboe, respectively. Thank you guys for taking time to talk with us.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you.
This is so exciting that you guys are coming and bringing all your buddies from the Cleveland Orchestra to this arts district. This isn't the first time you've performed around here, though, Joshua, right? How did this all start with you back at the Happy Dog?
In 2010, I met Sean Watterson and had been trying to figure out cool places to play that are outside of Severance Hall, and he presents music at Happy Dog all the time. And so I asked him if he'd try classical music, and he said sure. So we got a small group together and started playing there. And I think this whole residency ultimately grew up out of that.
So obviously that was successful, started drawing crowds, and a lot of folks came down here. What was the feeling with the rest of the orchestra, Frank, when they knew that Joshua and his buddies were doing this over here at Gordon Square area?
Well, this has always been a real, I think, interesting side note for the orchestra. I think everyone's been really supportive of everything we've been doing. We've been playing together there at the Happy Dog, and yeah, and as Josh was saying, the whole notion of a residency of a group of musicians, really world-class musicians, coming into a community and just giving was really everyone was really enthusiastic about it.
So this kind of led to orchestral maneuvers at the Dog and Ensemble HD, and you're putting a record out now. And so that really evolved into a whole project in and of itself. How did you manage to convince the orchestra itself to make the move and do an entire residency? How'd that come about?
They sort of worked, hand in hand. We had started doing this. It was never an orchestra thing. It was, we kind of left on our own time and with our own energy and to see what Happy Dog would feel like, and it worked. And the record was something that the small group kind of thought would be a really fun way to take it to a next level. But the orchestra at the same time had been really examining ways in which it could survive, but also reach out to the Cleveland community. I mean, we tour a lot, but one of the things that is most important is that we serve where we are and where we live. Right. And like one of the things that has come through Happy Dog that is going to be explored, in much wider scope with this residency is that people are going to realize that the Cleveland Orchestra lives here and eats here and plays in this neighborhood and plays that we play.
So down off the pedestal and into the neighborhoods where you are, where you live, where you belong. Frank, talk about some of the venues. You're going to be showing a little film here at the Capitol Theater behind us. You're using so many venues around here.
Yeah, it's really true. So many great venues and so many great people behind those venues. We're talking about the Happy Dog, of course. We're talking about Gypsy Beans coffee shop. We're talking about all kinds of elementary schools where we're going to be going in and introducing the instruments, and then they're going to come to, we have like a big education concert. But we're also talking 78th Street Studios where, they have these open Fridays every third Friday of the month. They open up that beautiful, beautiful space, and we're gonna have various groups on multi levels inside of that 78th Street Studios space, and I think it's just gonna be great.
Yeah, the Survival Kit Studios there is a great space. They do music anyways, but to bring classical music there is fabulous. Talk about the big Cleveland Orchestra event that's going to be in the church here, free, open to the public. All these events are free, but that's going to be a huge event.
One of the things that the orchestra wanted to make sure was that we weren't just doing pop-up things. That there are many, many facets of what we do, from chamber music to education to full-on orchestra concert, and that all of that would be somehow represented throughout the neighborhood, and the big venue is going to be St. Coleman's, beautiful church, beautiful big full-on orchestra concert.
You've got Reinberger Hall right down the street here with Westside Ecumenical Ministry, so there'll be some cool events happening, and that's more of a formal venue as well.
Yeah, yeah. What's happening there, Frank? I forget.
Back to you.
My notes blew away here, or I would tell you, but it's a little windy today. But you really literally have 16 different venues that you're going to be in, and it's not trivial. This is a massive undertaking.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And, you know, the resources of the Cleveland Orchestra, I have to say I'm really proud of the administration and all the musicians and everyone who's been involved in this. I think we're really bringing all the resources to bear to really make this as successful, as musically, you know, fascinating and open as we can.
In a way, it's already successful just having done it and set it up and announced it and gotten all the cooperation, collaboration. But what are you guys looking forward to the most? Do you have anything in particular? Is it a small duo? You two are playing together. You've got oboe duos. What are you guys looking forward to?
I think this might sound weird because it's not musical, but one of the things that I think is the coolest is that the very beginning of the residency starts with a soccer game between musicians and kids in the neighborhood, and I think that, you know, that the exploration of the very fact that we would even do that is really special.
It's so great. Thank you guys for taking time here. I know you're so busy with the planning and your travel and everything else that you're doing. Good luck with the residency. Look forward to seeing it.
Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great week in Cool Cleveland.